said, if you have a block, that's great. If you have a thick book, that'll be just as well. We're talking like War and Peace thickness, yeah. So a good little thickness. So go ahead and set that aside. We've got a couple more minutes before we get started. Just one thing I wanted to go through. We're going to do something a little bit different today that you might not be familiar with. It's a little bit of a funky transition. So I thought I'd show you how we're going to do it so that when we get there it's not too confusing. If you were here with me or tuned in on Saturday at 4 o'clock, then we did some similar stuff, so this might be rather familiar. But we're going to come into a high crescent lunge, so your arms are going to sweep up. Not necessarily now, just when you get there. And we're going to come up, and then your left arm is going to reach back to your left leg, and you're going to straighten your right leg, and then lift your right hand, find a big back bend. Now when you do that, you might need to angle your back foot a little bit more, like closer to 45 degrees. That's totally okay. If you can stay on the balls of your feet, that's super impressive. That's a lot of balance. But that's kind of what you're going for. So from your high crescent, left arm continues back, right arm lifts up, and your right leg straightens. And you'll know when we get to that point of the practice. Cool. And if you follow me on Spotify, or if you like music to go along with your yoga flow, then you're going to be looking for the playlist that's called Dancing by Myself. And go ahead and get that set up if you like. We've got about one more minute here before we begin. So get yourself situated, get anything else that you need. Then when you're ready, go ahead and start up your music if you're listening to it. And we'll begin in standing Shavasana. So come up to the front of your mat and stand up nice and tall. I'm actually going to scoot the camera back. I'm seeing them already coming out of the frame here. It's one of the dangers of being tall. I think that'll do. Alright, so stand up nice and tall, relax your shoulders down, and turn your palms to face the front edge of your mat. You can leave your big toes together in a space between your heels. Lift your chest, and close your eyes down. And just stand here for a moment and find your center of gravity. You might feel different muscles in your legs engaging here and there as the weight sways between the balls of your feet and your heels. With your eyes closed down, take in the sounds of whatever's happening around you. Maybe the sound of the music that you're listening to. If you tuned into the playlist, then yes, this song is exactly what you think it is. Relax your shoulders down from your ears and take a deep breath in through your nose. And an open mouth exhale, breathe out. And breathe in deep. Exhale, release. Inhale your shoulders up towards your ears as you breathe in through your nose one more time. Pause and hold at the top. And then exhale as your shoulders come down towards your mat and your upper body relaxes and you breathe out. Seal your lips, start breathing in and out through your nose. breathing rhythm strong and steady and deep. And maybe set an intention for your practice if that's something that you like to do. You're welcome to share my intention today, which is to remember that there is so much beauty in the world. It's been so easy to forget that lately in the times that we're going through. Out there's a whole world waiting when all this is over. And it is still so beautiful. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. And you can keep your eyes closed or you can open them if you like. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Bring your palms together to touch. Look up between your fingertips. And draw your belly in and squeeze your inner thighs so that your butt cheeks clench together. And the sides of your body stretch out all the way from the outsides of your feet up through your fingers. Exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Namaste. Release your arms. Inhale, swoop them back up overhead. And then your exhale, fold forwards to Uttanasana. Now you can swan dive or bring your hands to heart center, whatever feels good on your shoulders. And bend your knees a little bit, bring your chest to your thighs. And then inhale, halfway lift, bring your hands up towards your shins. And try not pushing on your legs or your knees, just kind of rest your hands out in front of you. And then try to flatten out your back a little more, draw your shoulder blades together. And lengthen out your spine through your neck. Gaze down. And keep your chin tucked in a little more towards your chest and neck. Exhale, fold. Let that go. Inhale, rise all the way back up. So your Namaskar, bring your hands together. And exhale, draw your hands to your heart. We'll salute the sun. Inhale, rise up. Urdhva. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, let it go. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Now exhale, fold, come back down one more time through. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale your hands to your heart. Inhale, lift, stretch, squeeze your inner thighs. And exhale, fold, let it go. Inhale, flat back, halfway. And then exhale, put your hands down underneath your shoulders and drop to your knees so you're in a tabletop. Inhale, lift your chest, pull your shoulder blades through your heart and raise your hips. Make sure your toes are untucked behind you. And then exhale, round your back, lift up into your cat pose. And then drop your hips towards your heels and stretch your arms out in front of you. Come into a quick child's pose. Just find a little bit more length in your spine, stretch. And then inhale, rise back up. And exhale to your tabletop. Inhale to your cow pose. Exhale to your cat. And start moving with your breath. Inhale, cow pose. Roll your elbows back, turn your biceps forwards. And exhale to your cat, round your back, lift your spine up. And as you start to flow and move, maybe start to dance on your own. Maybe you start to sway your hips, move side to side, stretch out your body. Do anything organic in your cat and cows that feel good for you. Maybe roll your neck. On the exhale, return to your tabletop and find your flat back. Then take a seat back down on your heels like your child's pose, but drag your hands back beside your hips. Now place your right hand behind you on your mat and inhale as you raise your left arm up. It's kind of like stargazer. Lift your chest up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, sweep your left arm back around in front of you. Bring it around to the back, and inhale as your right arm lifts and your hips lift on the side. Do that again. Exhale, sweep your right hand around to the front and then to the back. Left arm lifts up, inhale. Exhale, sweep it around to the back. Inhale, right arm up. And keep going like this. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to necessarily feel like a yoga thing is a this feels good in my body kind of a thing. Stretching out, loosening up the sides of your body. Taking a little bit of mobility in your spine. And once you come back to your right side, and come back down and then return to your tabletop. On your inhale, come to your cow pose, but raise your right leg up behind you. Bring your toes towards the back of your head. Lift your thigh a little further away from your mat. And then exhale, round your back. Bring your knee to your nose. Find your cat pose with your shin away from the floor. Inhale, return to your cow pose with your right leg up. Kick out the light bulb in your head. And then exhale, bring your knee to your nose. This time, step your right foot between your hands and come into knee down lunge. Now, wiggle your left knee a little bit further back so that your left heel or your left knee and your right heel are further away from one another. And then inhale up to your crescent moon, sweep your arms up. And lift your chest, drop your shoulders down by rotating your palms towards the back of your mat. Turn your armpits inwards. And try pulling your right hip back and pushing your left hip to the front. And take another breath in. On your exhale, reach your left hand down to your left hip, and then inhale, reach your right arm overhead. Take a big side stretch, opening up the right side of your body. It's going to challenge your balance a little bit. Come back to center on your inhale. And then exhale, lower your hands down, frame your right foot. Lift your left knee up by tucking your left toes and driving your left heel into the back wall so you're in more of a low lunge. Pull your torso away from your thigh, get light in your right fingertips and push your left palm down. Inhale, twist. Draw your right hip in, lift your heart towards your ceiling. And feel your glutes start to engage. Maybe lift your left knee a little high. And breathe in. And then exhale, lower your right hand down, drop your left knee, and bring your right knee back to meet it. Return to your tabletop. Now inhale, cow pose. This time your left leg lifts up behind you. Bend your left knee, point your toes towards your skull. And exhale, round your back, bring your knee to your chest. Lift your spine up and push your mat down with your hands. Inhale, raise your left leg up, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Exhale, left knee towards your nose. This time, step it between your hands, knee down lunge. And wiggle your right knee back on your mat. When you're ready, sweep your arms up, inhale high, or crescent moon. Pull your right hip in, draw your left hip back. It's almost like you're trying to drag your right knee to your left heel and vice versa. Shoulders down. Chest lifted. Try to keep your lower vertebrae stacked even if you take a slight back bend. Breathe in. Then exhale your right hand to your right hip. Find your balance as you lean and stretch on your left side. Usually we stretch towards our bent leg, but this is a little bit different. Like I said, it's challenging your balance. And push a little harder into the sole of your left foot if it helps. Inhale as you come back up. Then exhale, clench your hands down on either side of your left foot. Tuck your right toes and lift your right knee off of your mat. Drive your right heel back and notice that sensation, right? Pushing your heel to the back wall lifts up your leg and engages your right quads. Right palm down. Inhale, raise your left arm up and twist towards the opposite side. Stack your shoulders. Keep your right hand on your mat. And either gaze up or gaze out towards the left side. And breathe in. And then exhale, lower your left hand down, drop your right knee, and bring your left knee back to meet your right. Inhale, exaggerate your cow pose, try to reset your spine, pull your heart even further forwards, tuck your toes behind you. And then exhale to your first downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Make it dynamic, pedal out your dog, bend your knees, sway your heels, move from side to side if that feels good. If you need to adjust your yogi pants, then go ahead and do that right now. Alright, there we go. Now find length in your spine. And as you come to stillness and your heels come down towards your mat, push in your thumb and index fingers. Now hollow out your lower back, lift your hips even higher. And draw your shoulders up and back. We'll pull the top of your head down. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, walk your hands towards your feet and come into your ragdoll, the back edge of your mat. It's another forward fold. This time, sway side to side. And you can either bound your arms or let your arms dangle. It's up to you. But make it real dynamic. Yeah, move around a lot. And let your upper body hang heavy. You can even sway forwards and backwards if that feels good. Let your upper body dangle. And then if you bound your hands on your inhale, release them to the floor. And exhale, heel toe your feet towards one another. Big toes touching in space between your heels. Inhale to your halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, fold, let that go. Good, bend your knees, bring your hips towards your heels. And make sure your knees don't go past your toes. Then inhale as you lift up into your chair pose, Utkatasana. So push your tailbone forwards and drop your shoulders down, keep your heart lifted. And see if you can pull your biceps further back. You're going to feel it more in your shoulders and more in your triceps if you do. Take another deep breath. Then exhale, chair plane. Stay low in your seat. Just fly your hands back behind you and see if you can lift your hands as high as you can get them away from your hips so that your arms are working, your triceps are engaged, they're contracting. Inhale back to your chair pose, Utkatasana. Then exhale, fold forwards, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Now exhale, walk your hands forwards, come into your high plank. And stack your shoulders over your wrists once again. Keep your body nice and flat, real long and engaged. So you're pushing your hands down. You're lifting your hips up so they're slightly below your shoulders and your quad muscles are working. Inhale, shift forwards to your tippy toes. And then your exhale, bend your elbows. And lower halfway. Make sure your shoulders don't come down past your elbows. Let your upper arms touch the sides of your body. And then inhale through your upward facing dog. Lift your chest forwards and upwards. If you want to drop to your knees, if you need a supported version, that's totally cool. It's more of a cobra. Otherwise, push the tops of your feet down harder, engaging the fronts of your legs even further. Breathe in. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. That's your Chaturanga Dandasana. Again, you can lower your knees down if you would like to. You can also skip your Chaturanga and just make your way straight to your downward facing dog at any point. Let's flow through one more time together. Inhale, come into your high plank. Exhale, bend your elbows, lower down in your low plank. Inhale through your upward facing dog. You can roll over your toes if you like, or just flip them one at a time. And then exhale to your downward facing dog. And deep breath in. And open mouth, exhale, breath out. Good, inhale, raise your right leg high, three-legged dog. Drop your right hip down and push your left hip upwards, even if it means lowering your right foot. On your exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Round your upper back and shift forward so your shoulders are over your wrists. Inhale back to a three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. This time step all the way through to your low lunge. And push the sole of your foot down. And here's that tricky transition that we went over in the beginning if you were here for it. Otherwise, follow along. We'll go through the first time slow. Keep your legs engaged. Keep your left knee lifted this time as you inhale to your high crescent lunge, Vinyasa. Bend your right knee a little bit further. Shift your left hip in. Chest stays lifted. And then lower your left hand down towards your left leg. Take the bend out of your right. Maybe your left heel comes down. Take a big back bend. Reach up and back. Good. And on your exhale, you're going to cartwheel your arms, point your left toes to the front, and find a twist as your right knee bends once again. And turn towards your right side. And if this is a lot on your lower back, then bring your right hand to your lumbar spine for support. And pull your right hip in, squeeze your glutes together. And try to twist from your core, twist from your center. And the chest and shoulders stay over your hips. Good, then one big movement on your inhale, reverse warrior. So your arms cartwheel again, your back foot pivots, and dropping your left foot down and reaching your right arm up overhead. Now your left arm can come down your left leg or behind your back like this for a half line, it's your choice. And make sure your left foot, as you gaze back, is at about maybe 75 degrees, not quite 90, not quite 45, something in between. And pull up and out from your waist. Breathe in. And now exhale to your warrior two. Open up your arms to a T. Gaze over your right fingers. Push your right knee further forwards and then outwards. And if your back foot is angled properly, your left heel is behind your left toes, right? So you can open up your hips a little bit more, pushing your right knee even further to the right side of your mat. Arms level and lifted, and torso twisted towards the left side. Good. On your inhale, straighten your front leg and reach your arms up overhead. Bring your palms together to touch. Look up between your fingertips and stretch out. And try to push into the ball mound and the heel of your right foot at the same time. Breathe in. Exhale, draw your hands to your heart center as you return to your warrior two. Going to do that again with your breath. Inhale, rise up. We'll call this dancing warrior. Exhale, hands to your heart, warrior two. One more time, inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach forwards. And then exhale to your extended side and lower your right arm inside your right leg. And lift your left arm high. Now, if you have your block or a book, then you can use that to place your hand on. And if you grab something like War and Peace or Infinite Jest, something big and lengthy read, then you've got a lot more support underneath you. You can also just float your fingertips to work a little bit more into your side abs on your right, your obliques. Draw your left shoulder further back. And on your inhale, straighten your front leg again, this time coming into a reverse triangle. It's kind of like reverse warrior, except your front leg is straight. And getting a much deeper side stretch. Reach and pull your right fingertips as far away from your right toes as you can get them to go. Take another breath. And exhale, modified pyramid. So keep your right leg straightish. Cartwheel down and fold over your right leg. Now this is modified, so if you want to keep your left foot angled where it is, that's awesome. If you want to point your left toes further forwards to help, and if your hamstrings happen to be really, really tight, it might make it a little bit easier to get into this. But you want to try to keep your back nice and straight as you fold over your right thigh. So breathe in for length. And then exhale for fold. The more you pull your right hip to the back and push your left hip to the front in this pose, the easier it is to keep your back straight. Good. Now place your left hand inside your right leg. Bend your bend your right leg. And inhale to your low lunge twist again. Raise your right arm high, stack your shoulders. Now exhale, flow through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Plant your right hand down, and if you want to get fancy, you can float your right foot. You can also place your knees down, or you can just move straight to your downward facing dog, your choice. Either way, when you get there, take a deep breath in. And exhale, release. One more time, inhale. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, raise your left leg high, three-legged dog. And try to parallel your hips with the floor once again. Raising your right and dropping your left. It'll help if you roll your left inner thigh towards your right inner thigh. Take another breath in. And exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Shift your weight forwards so your head gets closer towards the top edge of your mat. And maybe lift your knee a little bit further away from the floor. Inhale, three-legged dog. Lift it back up. And exhale, bring your knee to your nose. This time round your back. Step all the way through to a low lunge. Engage your leg muscles here. The sturdier your base, the easier it is to find your balance when you lift up. So try to keep your right leg working and start to push harder into your left foot. Maybe lift your fingertips a couple inches away from the floor if it helps. And start to work in your core. Fire up your Uddiyana Bandha. And inhale up to your high crescent. Lift up. Set it up slowly at first. Turn your right hip in. Bend a little bit further. Drop your shoulders. And then straighten your front leg, lower your right foot down, reach your right arm back, grab your right thigh, and raise your left arm up. Big open stretch, kind of like a reverse triangle that we did on the other side. Take another breath in here. And then exhale, twist. Cartwheel your arms. Make sure you turn your toes to point towards the front. Rise up on your toes, lift your heel, and open up to the left side of your mat. So there's a lot of things happening in that transition, right? I promise you get the hang of it once we get moving. Keep your shoulders over your hips. Again, if you want to bring your lower or your left hand to your lower back for support, you totally can. The more your legs are working and the farther apart they are on your mat, then the easier it is to find your balance and the more twists you get. Another big transition, inhale to your reverse warrior. Cartwheel your arms, keep your left knee bent, and right arm reaches behind you as your left arm lifts up and back. And then reach up a little bit higher than you reach back. Bend your left knee even further, drop your hips towards the floor. And pull up, reach more for the ceiling than the back wall. And look back at your right foot, make sure it's angled slightly so that your right heel is closer to the back edge of your mat. Open up both sides of your body, lift and lengthen, breathe in. Good, exhale, warrior two. Find your Virabhadrasana B. Bend your left knee even further, settle into your warrior, and maybe twist a little bit more. If it helps, you can gaze back at your right hand, and then twist your torso, keep it there as you gaze back to the front. And keep opening up your hips, make sure you're driving your left knee out rather than in, and keep looking over your left fingers. Good, inhale, dancing warrior, straighten your front leg, raise your arms up. Touch your palms together, high five yourself, and reach up towards the ceiling. And stretch out the sides of your body. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart center, return to your warrior two. Inhale, lift up, lengthen. Exhale, warrior two. One more time, inhale, dance. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach forwards. And exhale to your extended side angle on this side. Left arm down, right arm high. You can push your right arm against your left arm against your left leg if it helps. Deepen your twist. It might also help stretch out the inside of your left thigh. Keep your warrior two arms so they're split into a big open T, whether you use a block underneath your left hand or not. And then inhale, reverse triangle, Paravita Trikonasana, straighten your front leg as your left arm lifts up and back. Right hand can reach down your leg or behind your back, your choice. Open up your left side body, pull up and stretch yourself out. Breathe. And exhale, modified pyramid, cartwheel down. And again, you can do what you want with your right foot. You can even shorten up your stance if you need to. Like I said, it's a modified version. It's mostly to just stretch out your hamstrings in your left leg. It should feel good on the back side of your leg. And wherever your right foot goes, push your right hip further forwards and draw your left hip further back. Find the length in your spine on your inhale. And on your exhale, allow yourself to fold even deeper over your left leg. And do that again. Inhale for length. And exhale for deeper fold. Good. Plant your hands on either side of your left foot. Bend your left knee. Point your right toes forward so you don't jack up your right ankle. And then inhale, lift your left arm high, find your low lunge twist. Lift your right knee a little higher, pull your left hip in, breathe in. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, plant your left hand, maybe float your left foot, your choice. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, breathe in. Open mouth, exhale, breathe out. Now gaze forwards. Exhale, walk, step, or float, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Sit your hips, inhale to your chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, fly your hands, chair plane. Keep your chest open. Inhale, back to your chair. And exhale, fold, release. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, find your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog, breathe in. And breathe out. Alright, so everything we just did, moving a little bit faster, try to move with your breath. It might be one breath, one movement, but it might be more breaths per movement. Just try to find a connection between your breath and your flow, like you're dancing on your mat. Make it beautiful, make it smooth. Inhale, raise your right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step through, low lunge. Inhale, high crescent, sweep up, straighten your front leg, drop your left heel. Left hand comes down, right arm lifts up. Good. Turn your left toes to the front, exhale as you cartwheel and twist, rebend your right knee. Keep your right knee bent. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Lots of big movements. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, dance. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, lift. Exhale, Vira two. One more time, inhale up. Exhale through your warrior into your extended side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your front leg, reach up and back. And exhale, modified pyramid, fold over your right leg, point your left toes forwards if you need. Bend your left knee, inhale, find your low lunge twist. Exhale, chaturanga, dandasana. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Let's try to keep moving. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose, step through, low lunge. Inhale, high crescent, rise up. Straighten your front leg, drop your right heel. Bring your right hand behind and stretch back. Point your right toes to the front, cartwheel your arms and twist on your exhale. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, dancing warrior. Exhale, warrior two. One more time to dance. Inhale up. Exhale, warrior two to your extended side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten your front leg, reach up and back. Exhale, modified pyramid, cartwheel down. Twist your right hip to the front, left hip to the back. Right toes point to the front, right hand down. Inhale, twist. And exhale, chaturanga, dandasana. Find your breath. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Open mouth, exhale, let go. One more time, inhale deep. And exhale, release. Inhale, gaze forwards. Exhale, walk, step, or float, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forwards, Uttanasana. Good, sit your hips, inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, fly your hands back, and this time in your chair plane, push your toes down and float your heels. So start to work the bottoms of your legs, get into your calves. Now stay on your toes. Keep your heels lifted. Inhale to chair pose in high heels. And exhale, fold. Give your legs a break and let that go. Nice job. Inhale, halfway lift. Flatten out your back. Exhale, chaturanga, dandasana. Step through. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more time, inhale. Exhale, release. And we're going to slow things down a little bit and change things up. And we're going to go with a lot of the stuff that we've been doing, just kind of different variations. On your inhale, raise your right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose. Step through, low lunge. Inhale, high crescent, sweep your arms up. Now pause this time. As you settle in, on your exhale, reach your right hand behind you. So you're switching sides, and you're keeping your right leg bent instead of straightening. And grab the outside edge of your left thigh if you can. And inhale, find your back bend here. So it's a totally different sensation. Switching up your arms and keeping your front leg bent. Breathe in. Then exhale, revolved crescent lunge. Keep your right knee bent. Bring your hands together and hook your left elbow outside your right thigh. As you make your way down, pull your right shoulder back. Keep your torso away from your thigh if you can, so your core is engaged. And find length to help you, or find length on your inhales. Just straighten out your back. And then your exhales, twist a little bit further, lifting your heart up towards your thumbs. Take a breath in, look down at your right toes. Stay in your twist. And on your exhale, flip your left leg up. Keep your left elbow connected to the outside of your right thigh. And exhale, bring your left knee behind your right knee. Sit your hips down into a Shiva squat prayer twist. Inhale, extend. And exhale, return to your revolved crescent lunge. Good. Now, place your right hand inside your right foot. Pivot your left foot down at about 75-ish degrees. And then inhale to your extended side angle, lift your left hand up. And feel how different it is coming into this posture from the bottom up and breathing into it rather than breathing out. You can lift your right fingertips if you like. Take another breath in. Then on your exhale, reach your left arm over your left ear, stretch out your left side. Keep your right knee bent and keep the outer edge of your left foot pressed firmly down into your mat. Draw your left shoulder further back if you can. And then your inhale, reverse triangle, straighten out your front leg. It should feel really, really good on your right leg after all that. Reach up and back. Should also feel good through the right side of your body as you stretch and lift up. But try to lift up. Breathe. And exhale, cartwheel down. And chaturanga dandasana, make your way through. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. One more time, inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift your left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forwards. Inhale, three-legged dog, raise it up. Exhale, knee to nose, step your hand, or step your foot all the way through your low lunge. Inhale, high crescent lunge, rise up. Good, settle into your crescent. Pull your right hip further in. And then reach your left hand back to your right outer thigh. If you can give it a grab, then go ahead and squeeze. And then inhale as your right arm lifts up. Raise your chest up towards the ceiling. Keep your left knee bent. Take another breath in. And then exhale, revolve, crescent lunge, palms together. Hook your right elbow outside your left thigh and come down. Now, if you want to deepen your twist, you can totally lower your right knee down. You know where we're going after this though, so it might be a good idea to keep it lifted. It's entirely up to you. It's your practice. Find length as you breathe in, pull the top of your head forwards. And as you breathe out, pull your left lung back behind you. And inhale, look down at your left toes. Now keep your twist. Find your balance. Right elbow stays outside your left thigh. Inhale as your right leg floats up. And then exhale, Shiva squat prayer twist. Tuck your right knee behind your left knee and sit your hips a little bit lower down. Inhale, extend. And exhale, gently return to your revolved crescent lunge. Place both hands inside your left foot. Pivot your right foot down. Make sure the outer edge of your right foot connects to your mat. And then inhale as your left hand or your right hand lifts up towards the ceiling. Extended side angle. Utthita Parsvakonasana. Breathing into it on this side, rising up into it. Draw your right shoulder further back. Keep your left hand down or float your left fingertips for your left obliques. Take another breath in. And then exhale, reach your right hand out towards the front edge of your mat. And get long through your right side. And keep your chest open towards the ceiling. And inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your front leg, raise your left arm up and back. Pull your fingertips away from your toes again. Rising upwards and keeping a slight bend in your left knee. And breathe in. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Cartwheel down, make your way through. Inhale upward. And exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe in. Exhale, release. Inhale, gaze forwards. And exhale, walk, step, float, to jump your way through. Come down, take a seat. I'm really glad that worked out on camera. All right, guys. Now this is when your block is gonna come in handy. Go ahead and grab a sip of water, take a breath if you need to. This transition is a nice opportunity to sneak in a quick little rest before we do a little bit more. So grab whatever prop you have by you, your block, your copy of War and Peace, your phone book, whatever it happens to be, and then lie down on your back. Break is over. Bend your knees, bring your heels towards your glutes. Keep your right foot down and then send your left leg back out long. Bend your right knee or lift your right knee up towards your chest. Take your block or your book, place it against the inside of your right leg. And then take your left elbow. I'm going to do it on the other side so you guys can see a little bit easier for this first time around because it can be confusing. Left elbow connects to the outer edge of, or the other side of your block, and take your hands behind your head. So you're twisting and you're pushing your prop against your elbow and your knee at the same time. Lift your shoulder blades higher from the floor and then float your left leg up. Keep it floating, don't let your heel come down. If you want to pulse it, you can totally pulse it. If you want to go with big movements, then take some big movements. Do what you gotta do and stay here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Switch sides. Left leg comes down, right leg goes long, a block goes inside your left knee or left thigh. Right elbow connects to the outer edge or other side of your book or block, and hands behind your head. Lift your chest a little higher, twist a little bit more in your torso. Pull your belly button down towards the floor and then float your left leg up, or right leg up. Stay here or pulse it. Keep pulsing it or take big movements. Again, your choice. Either way, don't let your book or your block wobble between your knee and your elbow. Try to keep it connected, push a little bit harder so you're twisting even further, engaging your core and engaging the strength of your left leg. Stay for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let your prop go to the side. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. That wasn't easy. Grab underneath your knees. Maybe your hamstrings. Rock and roll forwards and backwards. Give yourself enough momentum and rock your way up to your boat pose, Namaste. Pull your chest towards your thighs and lift your heart up towards the ceiling. Now, keep your heart open, keep your chest lifted and your shoulders down and back. And when you're ready, inhale, release your arms. And then exhale, low boat, Ardha Navasana. Pull your belly in as you hover your arms and your legs long. And don't forget to breathe as you hang out in your low boat. Inhale, back up to your high boat. Good. Exhale, low boat, hover. Hang out here, enjoy your low boat. Remember, there's so much beauty in the world, and you're just floating in your boat, enjoying it and taking it all in. Inhale, back up to your high boat. One more time. Exhale, low boat. This time stay here and just hover for 4. 3. Full body stretching. 2. And 1. Let it go. Release. Whew. Nice job, you guys. Breathe. One of the beautiful things about yoga is that everything that happens or is happening in your body is happening out there in the world in one way or another. Your body is a reflection of the entire universe. And by remembering that there's so much beauty out there in the world, there's so much beauty in here and within as well. When you're ready, make your way up and find your way to your downward facing dog, however you want to get there. If there's a chaturanga on the way, you can take that. If there's another sip of water or a breath asana, then you can take that as well. Either way, your destination is your downward facing dog. Just a little bit more work to do before we close out, I promise. Settle into your down dog. Now on your inhale, raise your right leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, step all the way through, low lunge. Now pivot your back foot down like we did earlier, a little bit more like 45-ish degrees. Maybe line your heels up with one another to begin. And then on your inhale, rise up to your warrior 1, just like your high crescent, except your back foot is down, angled. And it's a little bit harder to twist your left hip to the front and your right hip back. If it helps, you can grab your hips just like that and twist them into place. Yeah, pull your right hip further back. Keep your right knee bent. If that's hard to do, shorten up your stance. Arms lifted. And take another breath in. On your exhale, reach your arms back behind you and interlace your fingers to one giant fist. On your inhale, reach your giant fist down your left leg or towards the floor and lift your chest up towards the ceiling, proud warrior. And exhale, humble warrior, hinge forwards. Bring your chest inside your right thigh and raise your arms out. So keep pulling your ribs away from your sternum. So you're pushing your hands up towards the ceiling as your core hinges your chest down. And relax your neck, let your head hang heavy. Take another breath in. And then exhale, release your hands inside your right foot. Pivot your back foot a little bit more and inhale to your extended side angle. You've done this before. Exhale, reach your left arm overhead. Good. This time inhale up to your warrior 2. Straighten your front leg. And exhale, reach forwards and down to your triangle. Drop your right arm inside your right leg and lift your left arm up. Now pull your left hip down and draw your left shoulder back. So it's not like your whole body is pushed between 2 panes of glass. Rather, maybe your chest and your upper body is, but your inner thighs are squeezing towards one another to help you find your balance, help engage your legs, and help you twist even deeper. Maybe lift a little closer towards the ceiling if you can. And keep a slight bend in your right knee to protect your knee joint and your meniscus. On your next inhale, rise all the way up to your star pose. So create a big X shape with your body. And since you guys are facing this way, I'm going to turn so that you can see me here. Hello, star pose. Open up, lift and stretch. And then exhale, keep your back flat as you hinge forwards to your wide-legged forward fold. Push your heels out and turn your toes in. And just enjoy this fold, enjoy the stretch in the backside to your legs. If you want to get deeper into it, then lean further into the balls of your feet. You can keep your hands down or maybe grab your ankles, your choice. And try to keep your back flat as you fold. Think about pulling the top of your head further forwards. And on your next inhale, rise up halfway to a flat back. You can bring your hands to your hips if it helps. And exhale, turn to the front, place both hands inside your left foot, drop your right knee down, take a lizard pose. Untuck your right toes. You can keep your hands down if you have your copy of War and Peace, and you can place your forearms down on top of it. You can place your forearms all the way down onto your mat if you're feeling flexible. Just give yourself a nice juicy runner's lunge stretch. If you lower down to your forearms, come back to your hands on your inhale. On your exhale, tuck your right toes and lift your right knee up. Inhale, three-legged dog, raise your left leg high. Exhale, scorpion dog, open up your hips. Push your left toes to the right, raise your left knee, and then drop your left shoulder down. Inhale, back to a three-legged dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And take a moment to settle back in, breathe. And exhale, release. And inhale, raise your left leg high. And exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Step all the way through, low lunge. And drop your right foot down. Again, 45-ish degrees, maybe your heels line up. Inhale to your warrior one, Virabhadrasana Uno. That's warrior one in Spanish. Turn your right hip in and pull your left hip back. And again, you can self-assist if you need. If that's hard to do, step your right foot further out. Again, if your left knee is hard to bend, then step your right foot further forward. Shorten up your stance. Arms lifted in your warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, reach your arms behind you and interlace your hands. Find your basket grip and inhale, reach your basket down towards the floor, down your right leg, as your heart lifts up towards the ceiling. Exhale, humble warrior. Keep your right knee bent as your left shoulder comes down inside of it. Raise your arms up. And then maybe raise them a little higher. Relax your neck. Keep pushing your feet down to engage your leg muscles. Take another breath in. And exhale, release your hands inside your left foot. Look at your right foot a little bit more and widen up your stance if you need to. Inhale, extended side angle, lift up and stretch out. Exhale, reach your right arm overhead. You can lower the top of your head towards your mat if that feels better. And inhale, come up to your warrior two. Exhale, straighten your front leg and then reach forwards and down for your triangle pose. Left arm inside your left leg, right arm to the sky. Squeeze your legs towards one another. A slight bend in your left knee. Maybe check out the cool triangle shape between your left tricep, your left quads, and your left side body. Utthita Trikonasana. Inhale up to your star pose. Reach your arms back behind you and release your fingers. Inhale, raise your heart. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold with your chest expansion. If this is no good on your shoulders, then you can totally let that go. And if you bound your arms on your inhale, release your hands to the floor. Flatten out your back. And I just realized that I switched sides on you guys. So it was the opposite way the other time. So if you followed me last time, then change it up. If you know what you're doing already, then good for you. It's hard teaching to a camera sometimes. Alright, drop your back knee down. Find your lizard pose or your runner's lunge on this side. Stay on your hands, lower to your elbows, lower to your book or your prop, your choice. And then if you lower down, come back to your hands on your inhale. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee up on your exit. Inhale, three-legged dog, whichever leg goes up this side. Exhale, open up your hips. Scorpion dog. Try to stack your hips over one another and bend your back leg or bottom leg if it helps. Inhale, back to your three-legged dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And your inhale, lower your knees down to your mat. And exhale, swing your legs around in front of you and lie down on your back. When you get there, bend your knees, bring your heels towards your butt cheeks. Then let your knees fall over to the left side as your arms come out to a T. Gaze over your right shoulder, find a gentle supine twist. So much twisting, so much work in your side body today, so let this feel good in your upper half. And don't worry about where your legs go. You also did enough with them today, so let them relax and let gravity start to take control. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, switch sides, bring your knees to the right and gaze to the left. If it feels good in your shoulders, you can try to lift your right shoulder up so that your left shoulder anchors down a little more. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, find your happy baby. Got your arms between your legs. Grab your feet, pull your knees down. And maybe rock side to side, but make sure your lower back stays connected to your mat so that you get a better massage. And when you're ready, bring your knees into your chest. Take a deep breath in as you wrap your arms around your shins and squeeze yourself into a little ball. And exhale to your final Shavasana. Let your arms and your legs go heavy and long and release. Enjoy. As always, yogis, I encourage you to take a longer Shavasana, as this is your home practice. But it is time for me to sign off. So if you would like to join me in coming up out of your asana practice, then start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. When you're ready, take a full long body stretch. However you want to get there, whenever you get there, draw your knees in and make your way to a comfortable seat if there's a fetal pose along the way. If you want to roll to one side or just rock and roll up and sit, you can do whatever's right for you. When you do arrive in your seated pose, crisscross your legs, close your eyes down. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale your hands to heart center. And we'll seal our practice joining in the sound of Om. First, take a deep breath in. Thank you so much, yogis, for sharing your practice with me out there in the virtual world. And remember, during this time of COVID-19 and quarantining, staying inside, remember to try to see and find the beauty within you, so that when it's time to go back out into the world, you can better connect with the beauty that is out there. Until next time, Namaste. Namaste, yogis. Remember, it's still a beautiful world out there. The sun still came out this morning. It's gorgeous, it's wonderful, and it will still be out there when we're through with all of this. So that's my intention. Keep that in mind. Thanks again for joining. As always, guys, leave any feedback in the comments. I love seeing what you guys think and what you have to say. Even if you didn't like the angle of the mat, or if it got too dark in here because the beautiful clouds covered up the beautiful sun. Whatever you got. Until next time, my name is Corey Donovan. This is Yoga Works. I'll see you guys real soon. Namaste.